Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'll be making Portuguese egg tarts, also known as Pastel de Nata. In my previous egg tart video, I made the Hong Kong style egg tarts. The primary difference between these two egg tarts lie in their fillings. Portuguese egg tarts feature a richer, creamier custard filling, often with caramelized or burnt sugar on top. The custard filling in the Hong Kong style egg tarts, however, is smoother, less sweet, and has a glassy surface rather than a scorched surface. Come along with me to see how these Portuguese egg tarts are made. First, let's make the butter lamination. I've got 160 grams of unsalted, chilled but pliable butter. So we're going to cut it into thinner slices so that it's easy to roll. So at the center of the cling wrap, place the 4 pieces of butter block. Arrange them nicely. Then make a parcel of 15 cm square using this cling wrap. Then turn it over, and we are going to gently massage and pound it to an even thickness. So tap and massage gently. Then roll it out using a rolling pin, working from the center outwards and ensuring even thickness. Paying particular attention to the 4 corners, they should also be evenly filled with butter as well. Then we put inside the fridge and chill it for 30 minutes. Let's move on to the preparation of the outer dough. For this, we need all-purpose flour, salt, and sugar. So mix these 3 dry ingredients thoroughly first. Then add water a little bit at a time until it turns coarse and crumbly. Something like this. So at this point, we can go in with our hand. Then we are going to gather all the crumbly bits and press the dough together into a rough ball. At this stage, the puff pastry dough will be a little shaggy and streaky, which is okay. The bowl should come out clean. Yep, this is our rough dough ball. Transfer it to a work surface. Then press to form an indentation at the center. Fill this indentation with unsalted softened butter. Then gently stretch the dough to engulf the butter. Then we need to knead it for around about 5 minutes. Initially, the butter might ooze out and get messy. Do not worry, continue to knead until the butter is totally and evenly incorporated into the dough. So eventually you will end up with a smooth dough ball, something like this. Then spread it out in a cling wrap, about 15 cm by 15 cm. You need to spread the dough out into this dimension, nice and thin like this, because it ensures that this dough chills out evenly and quickly. So press it with a rolling pin, yep. Then pop it into the fridge and chill it for 30 minutes. So meantime, we can get on with preparing our filling. So for the filling, we need 1 egg, 2 egg yolks, 90 grams of sugar, 300 milliliters of whipping cream, 150 milliliters of milk. So for the egg, you can also use a 50-gram egg mixture. So this is the 1 egg, yeah? So pour the 2 egg yolks into it. And then whisk it until it's totally combined. Then we're going to add the sugar. So whisk to melt the sugar. Then add in our whipping cream. And our full cream milk. Mix thoroughly, but gently. Then it's highly recommended that you sieve this custard mixture. Sieving the egg mixture enables us to remove the snoot-like egg white, resulting in a smooth, silky and creamy filling. So can you see this pieces of egg white? Yeah, so we're going to discard this. So wrap it with cling wrap and chill it in the refrigerator. Then this is our dough that has been resting in the fridge for 30 minutes. So dust the work surface and remember to also dust the top of the dough and also dust the rolling pin. Then slowly roll it out into a rectangle of dimension 15 cm by 30 cm. So it's about twice the length of our butter block. So here is our butter block, nice and chilled and hardened. So we are going to tip it onto the lower half of our dough. Okay, then fold the upper half over the butter block. So press all edges to seal. Okay, so remember to dust the top and the bottom. You can sweep off the excess flour using a brush, or I normally just use my hand. So turn 90 degrees and slowly massage and tap the dough rather than rolling it out, as the butter is still hard and will not spread out evenly. Furthermore, rolling immediately might tear the dough. So gently tap from the center outwards, thus spreading the butter evenly within the dough. Do it on both sides. It is important to work quickly to keep the dough cool. So roll from center, tap from center up, center down. So this will enable you to spread the butter evenly within the dough. So our aim is to roll out to 60 cm by 40 cm rectangle, then fold it into 4 layers. Then turn 90 degrees and fold it into 3 layers. So at this point, it's advisable to wrap it up with a cling wrap, and we're going to toss it into the freezer for 15 minutes to relax and to harden the butter. Okay. Then 15 minutes later, it has been resting, so it is nice and relaxed and the butter is a little bit more firm. So our plan is to roll out into 60 cm by 25 cm rectangle. All the dimensions that I'm giving now is just an approximation. You need not follow it to a T. The reason is to give you an idea of how big or how long it should be. Yep, so not necessarily following to the exact number. So once you have reached 60 cm by 25 cm rectangle approximately, so we can start to fold it. So roll from center up, roll from center down. Then we are going to fold it into 4 layers. So all this rolling and folding is to create those crispy, flaky layers that we want for our tart crust. So wrap it with aluminum or rather cling wrap, and then we are going to put it in the freezer to rest for another 15 minutes. Okay, so in it goes to the freezer. So 15 minutes later, our dough is nice and firm now, and it's also nicely rested. So we are going to roll it out for the last time. So flour the top surface and the bottom surface as well. Okay, we're going to roll out to a 30 cm by 40 cm rectangle, large enough for me to cut out 12 tart shells. So it will be around, I would say, 4 mm thick, 4 to 5 mm thick, yeah. Okay, so then I cut off 12 circles using a 9.5 cm circular fluted dough cutter. The rest of the dough, you just take it out, but do not throw it away. You can actually bake it and then spread your favorite spread for breakfast. So the other 12 circles are the ones we will concentrate on. So normally I like to chill it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes to firm it up so that it ensures that the filling does not soak into the pastry. So then we have got our muffin tins that has been greased with butter. So place our tart shells over each tin. Then press the circular dough into the cup. Flatten the dough evenly, making sure that you do not press the rim of the dough. This is where the layers will reveal themselves when baking. The rim of the dough should be higher than the rim of the mold to contain the custard filling while baking. So there should be a lip, on top. There should be no air gaps between the dough and the mold. Otherwise, during baking, the air expands and can potentially deform your tarts. So do the same for all the other, tarts. So once it's done, we can then fill our tart shells with the filling. Remember to fill to 60% full, do not overfill it because the filling will expand during baking. We don't want it to flow out. So work quickly as you do not want the custard to soak in your pastry. It is important to have your oven already preheated and ready for the tarts. So put it into a preheated oven at 210 degrees Celsius for around about 25 to 30 minutes. So 30 minutes later, remove the 8 tarts from the muffin tins and place them on a rack to cool. Your Portuguese egg tarts will smell incredible, but be sure to wait until they come to at least room temperature, as this custard will be extremely hot otherwise. Look at the beautiful Scotch custard, so characteristic of Portuguese egg tarts. The crust is very flaky. The caramelized top adds a slight bitterness that balances the sweetness of the custard. It is a delightful combination of sweet, creamy, and slightly caramelized flavors with a satisfying textural contrast between the flaky crust and the smooth filling. I'm tasting this delicious tarts. Look at how wobbly and jiggly the filling is. Do give this recipe a try someday. Thanks for stopping by and staying with me until the end of this video. And as always, happy cooking!